Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, with one of many videos available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this series of starting a new CAMPROP project, we'll be showing you how to define the project and how to understand the windows. We'll also show you defining the coordinate system, as well as defining the stock and target. Then we'll be showing you the setting up of the iMachining data, as well as creating and defining a fixture and the machine setup. Let's first start by defining the project and then understanding the windows. Now, let's start by defining a project. On the part that you see on our screen, I'd like to mill out this part and create my coordinate system in this top center of the part itself. To start my SolidCAM project, we can go to the tab of SolidCAM part and click on New, Milling, or we can go to SolidCAM in the bar on top and go to SolidCAM New Milling as well. I'll click on New Milling and we'll receive the following window. Now let's take a look at this window to understand it. In the first part, we have Create CAM Part, either in an external mode on a SolidCAM project, saving it either in the PRT or the PRZ form, or internal, having it inside the SOLIDWORKS part itself. As far as the difference between the two, we'll go into that a little more into detail in a future recording. Let's just keep it right now as an external SolidCAM project. Next, we have the following field, the CAM part model. First, we have the CAM part name. What is the actual name of the project that we're going to have? This is normally taken as default from the name of the part itself, but can be given any name that you want. Next, where exactly is our project going to be stored? It can be stored either in the default location, which is located in the SolidCAM settings, browse for a different location, or if you want to keep it automatically together where the actual SolidWorks part exists already, all I have to do is click on Use Model File Directory and it'll automatically put it in that direction. It should be noted that even from this point, if you want, you can still go ahead and browse. This line shows us what is the name of the part itself that we are going to be taking. As default, it takes the part that's on the screen itself. If you want, you can always load a different part instead, but the most common way is actually having the part open on the screen itself. This way, it automatically goes into this window. Next, we have the units, whether you're working in metric or an inch. By default, it goes into whatever is set in your SolidCAM settings. In my case, my units are set at metric. But I can go back and forth to do it either in inch or in metric. Then I'll click on OK. Now, let's take a quick overview to see exactly what we have in this window that popped up over here. At the very top, we choose our CNC machine, the actual controller that we will be using. What appears over here is what is the default value inside your SolidCAM settings. If I were to click on this window, you can actually see the different machines that you may have. The program number shows exactly what will be the program number as it appears in your G-code, together with your subroutine number as well. Next, we have the area where we define our coordinate system. That actually corresponds to the actual coordinate system that you will have on your machine itself. In this area, we define both our stock and our target part itself. Next, we have our part settings. In general, we have our SolidCAM settings. That's the default for every single part. However, if we want to have individual settings for this particular part, I can always go into part settings and choose the settings that I want to have for this particular part. Next, we have our machine options. In our machine options, we have separate parameters that are used sometimes for individual machines, and that will be discussed in a later recording. Now, in this area, we define our iMachining data as to the machine database itself, the material database, and the iMachining level. As for all of these fields, we will go into them in our next recordings. For more videos on SolidCAM Professor, please go to our website, www.solidcam.com, and look for the tab called SolidCAM Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCAM Professor. Take care and have a nice day.